Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Pete from Pete on the AT. It's day 139 of my Appalachian Trail through hike. It's Sunday, the 11th. Just leaving the Imp shelter. Yesterday was a tough day. It's about 13 miles, and it was the hardest 13 miles that I've done on the trail. It was steep, rocky, rooty, muddy, everything that the White Mountains you hear about. It's all true. So it was tough, but we made it through. Glad to do it. And we're off today. This is where we came from yesterday. That's the Wildcat Mountains, and we're going up and over that mountain, Mount Moriah, and then I think down to my left, you're going to see Gorham, which is where we're going to be picked up. Anyway, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter day today, about eight miles or something like that. And then we'll be done with the White Mountains, which, I loved them, but man, they were tough. And so anybody watching this that's doing it in 2025, you'll be prepared for the White Mountains, but just know that they're going to be your biggest challenge on your way to Katahdin. All right, so we're going to get after it, and I'll try to catch you up along the trail. Yeah, these are the White Mountains, and we are at the end of them. So goodbye and good riddance. You've given us wonderful views, but man, some of the challenging days have been amazing. Well, be hard. Here's a sweeping view of the southbound ranges of the White Mountains, and we've done most of the peaks, obviously not all of them, but they definitely gave us some spectacular views, and probably some of the, definitely some of the very hardest days on trail so far. And we have another half a day in the White Mountains, and then what are we doing? What are we done? We're done with them, folksy. You want to go back?
No. But I don't think it gets much easier.
Okay, I'm gonna videotape Folksy trying to get through this mud pit. This is just a very typical, through hiker ballerina dance, where you got to figure out where you're gonna put your feet, what's solid, what's not. Big leap.
Sure is messy.
Triumph. Just want to give you an idea of what the trail looks like today. We've been trying to, avoid, walking in the creek, but sometimes if you get off the trail, then you're just making a muddy mess beside the trail. But sometimes you have to, because the creek is flowing a little bit too hard. And anyway, just kind of wanted to let you know what it looks like today. And I've been doing this without my trekking poles, and I've got to stop because I can tell you, in the White Mountains, you need to have 3 points of solid contact on the ground at all times, and you're watching exactly where your feet are going. You're watching exactly where your trekking poles are going. You're watching where your handholds are, and you're doing that every step and every mile and every day of the White Mountains. And that's part of what's so taxing physically and mentally, going through these mountains like that. So I've got to put this phone down and get my trekking poles out. Birch bark, hey, probably great nest building material right there.
Right.
Huh? But it's like he's trying to make a whole handful of it. Then how is he going to get it to the tree? Yeah. He's making it. He's coming up this way.
It's like, I don't want anybody else taking this. Okay. Trying to cross the Rattle River here.
Hey everybody, just closing up day 139 of my Appalachian Trail through hike. I finished the White Mountains, and that was a big deal. That was something that Folksy needed to do before he left to take his daughter to college. So he's going to get off trail today and fly out to Colorado to get her situated at Colorado State. And he'll be gone for about 5 days. So may or may not summit with him. I'm gonna, do 10-12 mile days moving forward through Maine. He might catch up, he might not, but at any rate, that's just the way that the trail goes. So I'm back at the Libby House Hostel for tonight, and then catching a shuttle tomorrow morning to Route 2, where I'll start my march towards Maine. So I think I've got maybe 15 or 20 miles left in New Hampshire to do. And here's the deal. The White Mountains, even though we're done with the White Mountains, doesn't mean that we're done with the mountains. So I've talked to a lot of the southbound hikers, and they said that, the first 100 miles into Maine is really rough and tough to do. So it's just going to be a continuation of the White Mountains for the most part. Also, it's kind of similar to, Rocksylvania, where you think just because you hit the the New Jersey border that the rocks are going to stop. They don't. So the rocks continue, for 2 more days in New Jersey. So just the same kind of thing. But I've got a plan for the whole next week, and looking forward to getting into Maine and getting a little closer to Katahdin. All right. Let me know. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.